The opportunities they have here at our center give them a pathway to a better life, but there's barriers. There's a whole lot of barriers in young families. The most prevalent problem is finding childcare while they are taking classes. At the High Point Opportunity Center, we have a two-generational approach. The children are receiving creative curriculum. They are exposed to social, emotional, and cognitive development. And the parents are receiving skills training that will help them have a better life and become vital citizens in our community to be more and more productive. Quality childcare is just instrumental in helping to build a family. High Point Community Foundation gave us a grant. We are able to provide high quality childcare to all our clients.
Systemic nature of bias, privilege, racism, institutionalized as well as a lived experience. The YWCA is leading the charge in having these discussions here in High Point. It requires bravery, it requires leadership. The groundwater event was proof positive of that. The fact that we're in 2019 having these discussions tells us that it is needed. As a fourth generation High Pointer, I was encouraged by the outpouring of citizens stepping forward in a meaningful way to unpack certain social normative values and how they impact the lives of those who live here in this place we all love. I look forward to where these authentic conversations will lead us in this community of High Point.
The purpose of the grant that the High Point Community Foundation graciously provided to really address a perennial problem that we have had with some of the guys that we engage who are our focused violent crime offenders. Some offenders just have the most difficult time moving forward, and by that, they're just not making it. They can't keep a job. Most of our offenders have several children, and we're very concerned about generational crime. We put together a program where we're meeting in groups and talking with them about their struggles and talking about what it is to truly face the truth in their life. And these classes were absolutely intensive with dialogue, and we all learned and listened, and it was really a beautiful experience. The fact of the matter is, after we got through the first 6 weeks of it, every one of them ended up being employed. And it was like, well, wow, I wasn't expecting it to work that quickly. And it opens up our program as we try to reduce violent crime. And that is so beneficial to the whole community.
So the High Point Community Foundation a few years ago went into a strategic planning process. And out of that process, we decided we really wanted to use our grant funds to make systematic, catalyst change in our community. The Strategic Leadership Grant came out of that initiative, and the goal is to be a catalyst for creative and innovative solutions to make systemic change. Not just to develop programs, but really to think about how we change whole communities. One of the aspects of the Say Yes to Education grant applications that was really appealing was the way that Say Yes was going about identifying the needs and the ways that they were going to use the funds. Say Yes to Education sat down with principals throughout our city to survey exactly what those principals needed.
So when I took over as principal, one of the biggest things that we wanted to work on was the culture of the school, and then of course raising academic expectations. With the K-5 program, a lot of the times we put a lot of emphasis in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, just because of state testing and accountability that happens with that. But we wanted to do something unique and make sure that we were also raising kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade achievement levels as well, so that we could have kids ready and reading by 3rd grade. If a child is able to read by 3rd grade, that dramatically affects their life outcomes. And so with this partnership grant, we were able to hire 3 tutors to make sure that they were able to come in and work with small groups of our 2nd grade cohort. And they were able to affect 85 to 95% of our scholars in 2nd grade to begin closing some of those gaps in reading to ready them for 3rd grade. So for us, it dramatically affected the entire school instead of just affecting a couple of grade levels.
Over the last year, Say Yes to Education has been able to leverage the funds that the Community Foundation invested in order to put over $70,000 into our local community and the target schools that Say Yes to Education is working with. These funds have supported tutoring at Fairview Elementary School and at Northwood Elementary School. They've also supported field trips and other programs at Ferndale Middle and at High Point Central. This program has supported vital vision screenings through a partnership with High Point University that's helped to identify kids who are having problems with their vision. After a first successful year, the Say Yes to Education program is now looking for their 2nd and 3rd years of their Strategic Leadership Grant and continue to work with community partners across our city to provide the vital student support services that help our young people be successful in school by ensuring their needs are met outside of school.